ladies and gentlemen. We are down here at Laird International Speedway for a lawnmower race. We're going to be racing on the infield of their circle track. Actually looks like a pretty awesome track. Can't wait for you guys to see it. I can't wait to race on it. Only going to be 2 races down here. It was supposed to be one a day, one feature race a day. No preheats, no qualifiers, no nothing like that. Turned out that we got rained out yesterday. I forgot to do a video about that, so you'll just have to take my word for it. And yeah, we're back today. Huge shout out to Aaron Chapman for feeding us while we're out here. We need fuel in the tank, so he's got us covered, thankfully. Again, huge shout out to Aaron Chapman for the food. Awesome food. His wife too. I'm sorry, I don't know her name. Amazing salads. About to dig into this burger, and I'll talk to you guys when we're ready to race. So this is going to be interesting. We just did the drivers meeting. We have 15 mowers, 15 mowers on the track at one time. It's going to be interesting. I think we're going to be bumper to bumper all the way around the track. Sorry, there is some stock cars and trucks here. That's what all the noise is about. It's actually a stock car track. intro that I forgot to film to this interview here. Aaron Chapman is actually the reason that we went up to Laird to race in the first place. He has helped set up the whole racing program up there, and he's actually come down to Petrolia a few times to race with us. So we decided to go up there and show our support for their club. And here he is to tell you all about their club. Okay, we're here with Aaron Chapman. He's actually the reason we came down here. He invited us all the way up from Sarnia, Ontario. Just kind of wanted to ask him a few questions, get to know what the club's all about, and get to know his side of the story, because I've never really gotten a chance to talk to him. We've been too busy racing. So, pleased to meet you too, Aaron. First question I wanted to ask you is, how long have you been racing and where did it all start?
Since 2017. My buddy Doug Strumpf from Bruce Mines. Excuse me, I got dust in my throat. Anyways, my buddy Doug Strumpf from Bruce Mines called me up one day at work and he said, "Hey, are you interested in running an event for the Bruce Mines Fair?" I said, "Yeah, no problem." He said, "Because I got another iron in the fire." And I go, "Oh yeah, what's that?" And he says, "Lawnmower racing." I'm like, "No way." I said, "Well, count me in." I said, "I'll help volunteer for that." And my wife, Melinda Chapman, she volunteered as well. So Doug and I, we did lots of research. We were actually looking at your rules from WOO, as well as Saltra and grass hogs in Eastern Ontario. And we kind of amalgamated lots of the rules into something that we would be able to work with and hopefully attract Southern Ontario racers or Eastern. And so that we grew from there. And so in 2017, we had our first race in Bruce Mines at the fairgrounds in a horse corral. And actually we did it 2 years in a row. So 2017. And then I came to the Laird Fair Board and asked them if they would be interested in hosting lawnmower races. And they said, yes, absolutely. So 2018 was our first race at Laird Fairgrounds, and actually right here in the pit area of the race car track was our first race. And so that was 2018, and that's when Ray Ferguson and Chuck Siddle, they came on board to help me out as well to get the races going. So we raced here one time, and then the following year we were able to get a racetrack put in the infield of the car track, and we've been doing it ever since. And Donnie Varka, who's the track owner here, he approached Chuck and said, "Hey, are you guys interested in bringing your supermod tractors to the car races every Thursday night?" Or actually, in 2019, I guess it was, or 18, we did a demo for a one-night race, and then COVID happened, all that crap. And then last year, that's when Donnie approached Chuck again and said, "Hey, we want you guys to be part of our show every Thursday." And so yeah, we do the intermission of the car races. And this weekend is the Mike Parsons Memorial. And so that's bringing lots of racers in from Southern Ontario for the cars, and that's why I invited you folks to come up here as well to race. We were supposed to race last night, and as you've seen, it was pouring rain.
Yep, that's what
like. So our race got canceled last night, and we were able to race twice tonight. We started the race night off for the cars and all that first thing, and then we just did our intermission show. So we are trying to look at other venues to try and promote our sport, but insurance is the key. We had this past spring, we had a really good fundraiser, and some of those funds were to go towards paying for insurance. So that way, if a fair, like say for example Massey Fair, they approached us to come and put on a race at their fair, but unfortunately it was this exact day their fair is, so we said, "I'm sorry, we have to decline." But that was an example. We could have, supplied everything. We got all the flags, and we could supply the insurance, but we didn't need to because we weren't able to go. And also our fundraiser this past spring is to make our track bigger out there, because as you've seen yourself, it's, I don't know what the heck it is, like a 12th mile or something like that. So yeah, so we're looking to make our track a little bigger. Right now it's 200 feet by 150 end-to-end, outside, and now I believe we're talking 225 or 250. I don't know exactly what the figure is. So that's we're hoping to go a little bigger. It won't be as big as your track and your Petrolia, but
It'll be pretty close.
Yeah. And also we're getting donations from a construction company, Kari Contracting in Deborah. They're actually they volunteered to supply us with the clay to put a clay track in. Right now our track here is pretty much topsoil or loam. In Bruce Mines, there's a gravel company and quarry company in Bruce Mines, Track Rock they're called, and they actually donated crusher fines, and that's what our track is in Bruce Mines. It's layered with crusher fines.
And just before we lose all our light here, what does racing mean to you? What got you into this?
Racing means the world to me. Like my co-workers, my wife, Melinda, my daughter, Bristol, they get so sick and tired of listen to me talk about racing. And actually, my wife, she's kind of got a rule that come at the end of September 30th, when that's probably our last race of the season, I'm not allowed to talk about lawnmower racing until after Christmas and even really March break. So that it means the world to me, being as a self-proclaimed ambassador to lawnmower racing here in Northern Ontario. And I try to promote it. My coworkers, they're happy for me. And I'm just trying to get young kids involved in the sport. We have a lot of people coming up to us and asking us, like just before you came out after for this interview, I was actually talking to a young gentleman. He was asking me about lawnmower racing and what kind of motor we run and transmissions, how do we make them go. So yeah, I want to see this sport grow. In Bruce Mines in 2017, when we actually had our first race, we had 7 tractors. We had 2 kind of modified tractors, which actually I bought a tractor from Steve Rowe, which is actually a Econo mod, and I brought that to Bruce Mines. And then I'm trying to think what other tractor we had that I raced against for that. We call it modified class. We had the stocks, but we had 7 tractors the first year at Bruce Mines. The next year, when we had the fair here, we had, I think it was 15. And then in Bruce Mines, we jumped up to 21. And then the fall, can't remember exactly the number counts, but last year at the Bruce Mines Fair, we had 31 tractors.
Oh, really?
So it's definitely growing around here. Our stock program, the Farm Boy and the Super Stock, that's our main. Everybody likes the fast ones and all that, but I'm telling you, if anybody out there is wanting to get into lawnmower racing, I really suggest the Farm Boy class, an 8 horsepower to 12.5, because you can go in 4 classes with that. You can go in the kids 11 to 15. You can go in the Farm Boy. You can go in the Powder Puff. And if you really want to go, you can go into the Super Stock and compete against them too. So really, that's what I really like to try and promote. Yeah, I love my Super Mod, but for a young family or somebody that's on budget, Farm Boy stock. And if anybody is interested in looking, you can look us up on fans of ALMRA or on our main Facebook group, ALMRA, which is Algoma Lawnmower Racing Association. So yeah, that's.
And I'll leave a link in the description for his call. It was nice meeting you, Aaron.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us up here.
Thank you very much for
and
coming.
We'll definitely be back.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that very hectic race we had up in Laird. There will be a lot more content coming out this year. I apologize for the delay on the content. That is due to some personal things. We've worked through them and we're ready to go full bore on the content again. And racing season starting up here again, so we will have a lot easier time with that. Another thank you to Aaron Chapman for having us up there.